What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about, is the Canon R5 still worth it in 2023? So let's jump into it. Honestly, I think this camera is absolutely amazing and I personally wouldn't change anything about it. It comes with a 45 megapixel sensor with the ability for you to crop into images. What I like to do is I like to shoot a little bit wider and then recompose my image a little bit in post. The Canon R5 allows you to do that. The camera is almost 3 years old at this point, and does it fall behind or can it still keep up with current cameras out right now? Yes, this camera can definitely hold its own. The camera also has 8K raw video, which is absolutely insane, with the ability to shoot up to 120 frames per second in 4K. Canon's also gave you so many different options for video in this camera, but if you are going to be shooting the 8K raw video, you're definitely going to need a lot of hard drives because the 8K raw video just eats up storage. Canon's color science has always been great. This camera is no different. The color science in this camera is amazing. Other camera brands have got better color science over the years, but in my opinion, I still like Canon's the best. Canon's autofocus system with the dual pixel autofocus, you can track people, faces, eyes, cars, and animals, all you pet havers out there. Canon's also got an extremely wide range of lenses, with the new RF lenses being absolutely amazing. I have nothing bad to say about them besides the price. If you don't have, the budget for the RF lenses, you can still stick with the EF lenses just using an adapter. Honestly, these lenses work perfectly fine, if not better than on the more traditional DSLRs, especially with the face and eye autofocusing, especially with the ability to pick up some of these EF lenses for dirt cheap, especially on the used market like Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji or eBay. Canon's still releasing firmware updates for this camera, so who knows how long they're actually going to support it. This camera is still having firmware updates. Like, we just got a new update with a new feature, which is IBIS high resolution, which allows you to shoot up to 400 megapixel images, which is absolutely insane. Over the last 3 years, Canon's updated, the IBIS wobbles, the overheating, new features. They added C-Log 3, so who knows what else they will add into this camera. When the camera did come out, it did have issues with overheating, but the camera now does not really have any overheating issues. There is a feature in the camera that allows the camera to not overheat as quickly. One thing I did wish that the camera did have, which is the multi-function hot shoe, would allow you to add a mic onto the top of the camera without having a cord going to the side of the camera into the mic jack, or to add an additional accessory which would allow you to use an XLR mic, which would be a nice addition. If you do shoot video in Final Cut, Canon does not allow you to have any type of raw control. They pretty much just give you the ability to add in a LUT, and that's pretty much it. Whereas in DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, you do get some raw control, such as ISO, but Final Cut, there is none of that. I don't know why Canon hasn't released some sort of updated their Final Cut plugin as of yet. If you are planning to use Final Cut, the workaround is dumping the footage into DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or Canon's cinema development app, and then doing your adjustments there, exporting it, and then importing into Final Cut Pro and then doing your edit. It's just an additional step that doesn't really make sense, and I hope Canon does update this in the future. Is there going to be a Canon R5 Mark II? The answer is guaranteed to be yes, but when will this come out? Who really knows? There's been so many rumors. I'm thinking that it's going to be sometime before July 2024. Canon's been releasing 5D series of cameras every 4 years, coming out in July for the last couple of their cameras. So I will say that I'm thinking it will be announced sometime by the end of the year, but it might be pushed back to July sometime. Yes, you will get approximately a good year out of this camera, but even if the R5 Mark II does come out, this camera is still absolutely amazing. I don't think anybody would really regret having it. It's definitely still a good purchase in 2023. And if the R5 Mark II does come out or is announced, you can definitely be certain on Canon dropping a lot of price changes or sales around the R5, so you can pick it up for a steal, and that'll even further benefit your savings and make this camera even more great than it already is. That's all I have for this video. If you did like this quick little video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until the next video, peace.